Hello, this is Smita Kumar, and you're watching Medicircle. Today, on our healthcare startup series, we have Somveer Anand with us. Somveer is the co founder of Pindfresh. Pindfresh is aiming to solve all the most important thing, like when we actually say that, okay, we have a kitchen garden and we are growing vegetables and eating our own vegetables. So, it's trying to solve lot of such causes, and they are encouraging urban farming, especially using small local hydroponic units. So let's find it out from them. What is from him? What is Pindfresh exactly doing? I think it also is some. I mean, Pindfresh also means something related to the village of Punjab. So let's find it out. The offerings of Pindfresh from Somveer. Hi Somveer, welcome to Medicircle.
Hey, hi, Smita. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Great, great. So, being a co-founder, founder of Pinfresh, first let us know what does Pinfresh start from, and what real problem, especially in healthy food, it's trying to solve.
Sure. So we started this about 6 years ago, when I came back from the US, and we decided we wanted to kind of do something, more in line with what's required in India. We kind of felt that we don't need another med tech company. We don't need another delivery tech company. We needed something to do which was very basic to our daily lives, and pollution was a big part of it. So my dad started it, and I kind of helped him run it. We realized that we were being able to grow, on our rooftops without any knowledge of gardening. And we thought, how do we package this in the best possible way and make sure that everyone has it? So it started off as a side project in 2016, and throughout Corona, we did really well. And still a side project, we kind of make sure that Pind means Punjabi village, so we make sure the village is in your home. And that's the kind of whole ethos around those.
So how, like as you said, you started. I mean, it has been started prior the pandemic. So has it accelerated the growth? Because after the pandemic, people has actually become more and more health conscious. So how
So I
has
think
that
during
affected?
so I think during the pandemic, our sales were maybe 6-8 times what they were before the pandemic. So everybody was just buying like crazy. Think of it like the sanitizer industry or the mask industry. They were just going through the roof. And so we were also kind of doing really, really well. And I think what's happening, Smita, is that as time goes by, you'll see more and more people move to smaller towns, move to smaller areas, kind of, do a lot of remote work. The more remote work they do, the more time they have to themselves rather than spending it in cars. So then they have these hobbies that they can do. And then this is just one of the many hobbies that someone should be doing, I feel.
Sure. So, talking more about hydroponics. Like hydroponics is exactly a method of growing plants without soil, and you can grow hydroponically all year long. So it's not very much specific as just the way we treat. I mean, the way we have these soil-based agricultures, which are very much specific to some weathers. Hydroponics also uses less water than the traditional soil-based systems. That is one big advantage. And also hydroponic growing allows for faster growth and higher yields that if you compare it with the traditional soil-based growing systems. So it is a new fad. It is definitely catching up in India. So how has the experience been, and how many lives you have touched so far?
Also, experience has been absolutely fantastic. So, hydroponics is a great thing to do in small homes, in flats, in kind of balconies, in turkothar, in basements. It's not a very good way of growing food on open land. And the reason is that hydroponics involves a lot of initial investment. The amount of money that you have to end up investing is huge. So I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend it as a input into something else. For example, if you have a dairy farm, you can grow great high quality chara using hydroponic systems. If you're in Leh, Ladakh, Goa, where you can't grow leafy greens, you can use indoor systems to grow leafy greens and cater to the tourist market. So it is, think of hydroponics as a hathoda or as a screwdriver. It is only as good as you use it. Otherwise, it's just a piece of metal with a little piece of wood on it, right? So the idea there is that this is a great science. This is a great technology, but we must know how to use it. There are two major countries in this world which have really blown up hydroponics. The first is the Dutch, and they grow hydroponics vertically. And the second is the Israelis. They grow, well, they use a form of hydroponics or cocoa peat gardening, and they grow in massive flat deserts covered with net houses. So extremely different outcomes, but the basic technology of controlled cultivation is the same.
Yes, sure. But as there are other startups also, Somveer, who are also working in the same segment and trying people to help establish their own hydroponic gardens. Some of them are Chennai's Aquaforms, then Goa's Lexetra Agritech, Bengaluru based Bitmantis Innovation, Hyderabad based Urban Kisan, and Future Farms of Chennai, and Ella Sustainable Solutions of Cochin. So, what are the prime USPs of Pindfresh?
We are India's largest indoor hydroponic market. I mean, kit makers. And this we do still as a side business. So this is something that we just do so that we can get those guys to pay their salaries. But you have to understand how many of these guys are actually making money, and where is the money being made? Everyone makes money on selling equipment, right? Very few people actually help people make bottom line results. Smita, we are a poor country. हम गरीब लोग हैं. हमको ना इससे शर्म नहीं आनी चाहिए. हमको बोलना चाहिए हम गरीब हैं. हमें नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकते ये 4-4, 5-500 की केजी के पत्ते हम नहीं कर सकते हैं अफोर्ड. तो अगर अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते तो किसको उगा के खिला रहे हैं, राइट? सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. So that's why I said hydroponics can be used really good in specific case studies. But to be able to say कि पूरे farms करने हैं और सारी जगह लगा देना है, I don't think it works. But the best way to find out is whether to see if it's working. So see, there's next to no farm in this country which makes money, next to none.
So definitely, but एक जो बहुत ही अच्छी बात आपने बोली कि कई बार हमें अपना ये जो है मतलब we don't accept lot of things and we feel shamed of talking about it. But जो main उद्देश्य है, main aim जो है to start such kind of hydroponics farms and to start make people aware of this thing. There are many people who don't exactly know what are hydroponic farms and how they can grow vegetables and even in a very small space. बिकॉज जिस तरह से आबादी बढ़ रही है मेट्रो सिटीज में तो बिल्कुल ही फ्लैट्स और छोटे छोटे होते जा रहे हैं, वहां पे क्या ये किचन गार्डन पॉसिबल है और कितना एडवांस है इनके लिए?
बिल्कुल. नो, दिस इज अ गुड केस स्टडी. सो अगर मेट्रोज में करना, इट्स फैंटास्टिक. यू शुड टेक अप अ कोर्स, लर्न समथिंग, हाउ टू डू अ किचन गार्डन इन द बालकनी, हाउ टू सेट इट अप. वो बहुत अच्छा है क्योंकि आप वहाँ खेत तो उगा नहीं सकते हैं बालकनी में. और आपको पता है दिल्ली की सब्जियां. आप कहाँ से हैं? आर यू फ्रॉम दिल्ली?
नो, आई एम फ्रॉम मुंबई.
Mumbai, okay. So अगर आप दिल्ली, Mumbai,
we don't have spaces.
Exactly, there's no space, and even the vegetables you get there, आपको भी पता है कितने गंदे उसमें उगती हैं. वो वहीं उगती हैं आसपास, वही ट्रेन ट्रैक्स के आसपास पालक उग रही होती है. It's not, it doesn't work. So I would I mean, but these case studies are good. अगर आप बॉम्बे में कर रही हैं, बैंगलोर में कर रही हैं, गुड़गांव, दिल्ली, तो जरूर करें. अगर आप चंडीगढ़ में कर रही हैं, यहाँ मतलब I don't know. My thing is blurred. So we have offices which don't end over here, right? They are massive. क्या करेंगे hydroponics? In fact, we've got a unit there at the back. I can show it to you later. But yeah.
Great. So it is definitely possible. Whatever space you have, भले ही आपके पास कम जगह हो, आप बिल्कुल ही प्लान कर सकते हैं. I think कोरोना में बहुत लोग ने किचन गार्डनिंग को एज अ हॉबी स्टार्ट किया था, जो अभी तक कंटिन्यूड है. और अगर ये आपको एक हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल दे रहा है तो it is really worth it. So moving on to my next question. So is Pindfresh bootstrapped or you have raised some funding?
It's completely bootstrapped.
And any plans to raise funding in the near future?
It's not my full-time job, so I don't do it. It's something that I said I run as a side project. Like the entire website that you saw, I made it myself in 3 days. The entire designs we make. So it's something just to de-stress that we do. So it's not something that we do to make money. So we don't need to do this.
Okay. And tell us something about your revenue. So what were your revenues at FY 2022 and what you're planning to close at this end of the financial year, FY 2023?
I'll give you numbers. They don't matter to us, but I'll give you numbers. So in 2021, we did 1.4. In 2020, so this year, which we closed in this March, we did about 40%. So 4, 40, 4, 6, 20, for about 66 lakhs. We're about 40% less than last time. And this year, I think we will continue to be at about 65, 70 lakhs, not more than that. So we've actually grown down in revenue. And the reason is, like I said, it's a good side project. It's not something I enjoy. See, where is the real fun? The real fun is in teaching people, and you don't get paid to teach. So I mean, I don't get paid to teach. So that is where I enjoy it. So I enjoy it. I do it, and the system they buy. It's fine. We don't make too much money.
And as sharing a fact, like as 9 of the top 15 most polluted cities are in India, and 13 of the top 15 are in the Indian subcontinent. So having such staying such knowing such things, that pollution is one of the biggest reasons of so many lifestyle diseases today. Every time we hear in winters, like there is a smog in Delhi and adjoining areas, because वो काफी हद तक खासकर उन पेशेंट्स की मुश्किलों को और बढ़ा देता है जो कि एस्थमा से पीड़ित होते हैं. इस तरह के सिनेरियोज में growing vegetables, having going back to the roots is something very very exciting to know. So tell us, Somveer, starting something, especially when you said that teaching it is really fun. So any such learning you would like to share from your entrepreneurial journey to all those entrepreneurs who are watching this video at Medicircle?
So about growing things at home, I would say start with first principles. Don't get too bogged down by technology कि ये कैसे हो रहा है, वो कैसे हो रहा है. खाना उगा रहे हैं. It's very simple to do. So first principles, ये बीज है, में तो कोरिएंडर का तो उसको तोड़ना है, किसी का तो ऐसे डालना है, किसी की कटिंग लगानी है, वो छोटा मोटा. एक बैग लें, उसमें मिट्टी भरे शुरू कर. Because this is a hobby which will continue, it'll consume you completely, and this consumption is like the phoenix. It reborns you. I mean, you get rebirthed. So start growing, and then आप देखें आपका इंटरेस्ट का है. आपका इंटरेस्ट है कि यार मैं हाईटेक करूं, तो start going to hydroponics. बहुत material available online. Our website is very good. There are lots of good websites available. Lots of good people in India. Lots of bad people in India also. So be careful. But a lot of good people here. आपको बहुत help करेंगे. From an entrepreneurial journey, I would say that do what your heart asks you to do, in the sense that whatever you are best at. So if you're not good at tech and you want to start a tech company, don't. If you're good in farming and you want to start a farming company, look at Fasal, look at AgTech. They're all farming backgrounds, right? I mean, the great guys and great companies that these guys have built. So many of them. So do something that you're passionate about, your background is in, that you अपने हाथों से थोड़ा काम किया हुआ है. Then that really helps.
बिल्कुल. इसमें एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है सोमवीर, जिस तरह से हम लोग फ्रूट्स और वेजिटेबल्स जो मार्केट से ला रहे होते हैं, उसमें कई बार पेस्टिसाइड्स का होने का खतरा बहुत रहता है, जबकि ये जो ग्रुप फार्मिंग है, it does not require I think or lesser amount of pesticides. So इसमें पेस्टिसाइड्स कितने हद तक यूज होते हैं या नहीं होते हैं सोमवीर?
Zero. So अगर आप उसको कल्टीवेट करेंगे, इंडोर करेंगे, आप उसको you'll do it within a greenhouse and all that, there's zero pesticides used. See, इसका मतलब ये है कि इसमें पेस्टिसाइड यूज करने का फायदा नहीं है, बिकॉज आप उसको इतना कवर करके रखने हैं. पहले ही आपने इतना फिजिकली पेस्टिसाइड मूव कर दिया बैन, तो उसमें पेस्टिसाइड आएगा ही नहीं. आएगा भी तो इट्स इजी टू काइंड ऑफ कंट्रोल. द इशू इज देखिए, न्यूट्रिएंट का जो इशू होता है, जो ये फर्टिलाइजर का इशू होता है, ये ज्यादा होता है फॉर द एनवायरनमेंट, क्योंकि फर्टिलाइजर रन ऑफ हो जाता है. पेस्टिसाइड का इशू होता है ऑन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंस इज आप उसको स्प्रे करेंगे, वो वहीं रह जाएगा. इवन इफ अ लिटिल बिट कम्स इनटू यू, अगर बच्चों के अंदर पेस्टिसाइड आना शुरू हो जाए, उनका मतलब है दैट बॉडी स्टार्ट्स डेवलपिंग एलर्जेंस. सो वो आप देख रही हैं, पीनट एलर्जी, ग्लूटेन एलर्जी, इतनी एलर्जीज हो रही हैं. दीज आर बिकॉज द बॉडी हैज डेवलप्ड अ मैकेनिज्म.
जिस तरह से अभी लोग ग्लूकोज इंटॉलरेंट हो रहे हैं, लैक्टोज इंटॉलरेंट हो रहे हैं, और कई तरह की और एलर्जीज और बॉडीज में आ रही हैं, जो कुछ सालों पहले हमारे ग्रैंडफादर्स ग्रैंडमदर्स को नहीं हो रहे होते थे. तो आई थिंक दिस इज वन बिग रीजन, accounting to the maximum usage of pesticides, also not washing the vegetables and fruits that in a very clean manner before you're using it, because बहुत बार ये oil होता है and it sticks to the vegetables and fruits, और cleaning नहीं होने की वजह से वो कई बार हमारे शरीर में पहुंचता है और उसे काफी नुकसान पहुंच जाता है.
Absolutely.
So Somveer, it was really great talking to you. एक हम जैसे हम कहते हैं कि हम अपने जमीन से जुड़ी हुई चीजों पर ध्यान दें, और it actually helps you de-stress also. Kids would be learning so much things from that they would really enjoy, because I think corona maybe I also tried a kitchen garden but I couldn't succeed because but yes, still there are some plants which is there, so it was the best de-stressor during those days. It is definitely such good things, or also it's giving you a lot of benefits. But at the same time, let's discuss some disadvantages of this, because as it is expensive to set up, and also it's vulnerable to power outages and other things. So what are, do you want to, I mean, where people some of the disadvantages also? So
सो आई वुड से दैट यार, पहले तो ना इस चीज में सबसे अच्छी चीज क्या है, ये पूरा मॉड्यूलर है। आप एक पौधा उगाएं तो आपको 1 रुपए लगेगा, आप 1000 पौधे लगाएं आपको 1000 रुपए लगेंगे। इट इज बेसिकली दैट। तो आप जो भी कर रहे हैं पहले उसको छोटे स्तर से करें। किसी ने एकड़ एकड़ के ग्रीन हाउस नहीं लगाने हैं, किसी ने 2 कनाल के भी नहीं लगाने हैं। आप छोटे से घर के अंदर 10 स्क्वायर फीट में 5000 रुपए से ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट ना करें, 10,000 रुपए से ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट ना करें, छोटा शुरू करें। गेट योर हैंड्स डर्टी, बिकॉज आपको पता लग जाएगा कि आपकी, अगर आप कमर्शियली कर रहे हैं तो उस चीज की मार्केट है कि नहीं। अगर आप इक्विपमेंट बेच रहे हैं तो कौन खरीद रहा है, अगर आप मेंटेन कर रहे हैं, अगर आप डिलीवरी कर रहे हैं, तो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दैट इन अ वेरी वेरी स्मॉल एरिया। इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू स्टार्ट ऑफ एट अ वेरी स्मॉल लेवल। दूसरी चीज, अगर आप सिंगापुर जाएंगे तो अगर आप उनके सुपरमार्केट में जाएंगे तो आपको 20 तरह की सब्जियां मिलेंगी, ग्रीन लीफी वाली, बिकॉज दे हैव द मनी टू बी एबल टू पुट दैट ऑन द शेल्फ। हमारे पास नहीं है। तो वी शुड बी वेरी केयरफुल वाइल इन्वेस्टिंग मनी इन प्रोडक्ट्स जो सिर्फ टॉप 1% को सर्विस करती हैं या टॉप 0.5% को सर्विस करती हैं। एज इंडियंस वी मस्ट लुक एट द बल्क ऑफ आवर कंट्री, एंड इफ वी डू गुड स्केलेबल interventions over there, fantastic. That is what we want.
definitely. So thank you so much for joining us today at Medicircle. We wish you and Pindfresh all the best for all its future endeavors.
Thank you.